So hi guys, guess what? It's another video. And apparently, if I want to get anywhere doing this, I've got to say who I am, so I'll start again. Hi guys, this is Steve Young doing another video that's going to help you in many ways. Well, hopefully it will anyway. So, yeah, it's another video. I'd like to say first, really thank you for all the positivity. I never thought in a couple of weeks, with a few videos that Charlotte's done and helped me with, that I'd be so, how can I call it, appreciated. I feel appreciated with the videos, and I've had quite a lot of work from it. You know, all I wanted was the odd job without having to advertise. Loads of work, for as much work as I want really. So I thought, what can I do then? Because Charlotte said try and get one a week out. So I thought, what can I do? And I've suddenly thought, I've had so many people asking me, do I ride? Do I ride horses? Can I give them advice on riding issues? And that's my thing. I mean, okay, I do groundwork and I help horses on the ground, but what I do all relates to riding. I'm a rider of horses. That's what my thing is. Now I go out to, I would say most of the horses I go to are ridden horses, and I think it's really important that if you're giving advice to people on the ground with the kind of groundwork I do, which is all linked to the riding, and all the time I'm thinking about the riding side of it and how the groundwork can influence the riding side of it. That's why I think it's really important that if a trainer goes out and is helping with riding horses, even though it be on the ground, it helps if they are riders and have been, even if they can't ride now, they've been through the mill and they've broke horses, they know what they're doing riding wise and how it can affect things they do can affect the riding of the horses. So yes, I do help with riding horses. This little bit here wasn't planned, so I've just added this in, and we thought, because we keep saying, but I say to everyone, feet, now relationship, body and equipment all relates to a horse's feet and what a horse's feet is doing, whether it be left, right, how fast they go, and so on and so on. And people are a bit confused with it, so I've added this in, and I'm going to do some clips now to try and show you, hopefully it'll come clear, that how I'm moving the feet and how the horse knows which feet I'm asking to move. So I'm going to do that now, and then it will go back to the video. The left foot is going behind the right foot. The left foot is going behind the right foot. Now I'm going to bring the left foot in front of the right foot. In front of the right foot. Now I'm going to set the left foot behind the right foot. Behind the right foot. Behind the right foot. Behind the right foot. Now I'm going to set it in front of the right foot. In front of the right foot. In front of the right foot. And I'll do that again. So get to the feet. I can stop the left. Bring the left back, the right. I'm releasing for each one. Picking up, release, pick up, release, pick up. And stop it. And now I'm going to go forward with the left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, stop, right, left, right, left, right, pick up the left, pick up the left, pick up the left, back to the right, the left, the right, the left, pick up the right, pick up the right, pick up the right, send the right back, left back, right back, pick up the left, pick up the left. So it's like a connection, right, it's like a pendulum. And then left and drop it, left and drop it, back, 1, 2, 3, pick it up, drop it, 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 lovely. And it doesn't matter what gait you're in, there's still a connection to the feet. So if I was going to side pass, that right goes in front, the right goes in front, the right goes in front. Now I'll back straight, left, right, left, right, left. Stop the feet. Now to side pass this way, the left I'm going to release there. It's going in front. There. It's going in front. There. 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 Stop. Back up. Right. Left. Pick the left up. Pick the left up. Drop it. And then walk out. Right. Left. Right. Left. Right. Left. Slow it down. Right. Left. Right. Left. Now I'm going to see if I can get the back of the horse in, which is for the leads, and then the other way. So the back of the horse comes in, which means you would have to pick up the lead. Like if I send the hindquarters in to the right, you have to pick the right leader. That way. There's the hindquarters that way. There's the hindquarters that way. That way. That way. That way. That way. So that's what makes it easy to pick leads up. Behind the left, behind the left, behind the left, behind the left. Now in front of the left. Now in front of the left. Now in front of the left. Now behind the left. Behind the left. Well, just check that, and Charlotte did an absolutely brilliant job of filming those feet going where I was thinking they should go, and how easily and willingly she was doing it. What I have noticed over the years, as time's gone on and I've got better at placing the feet and making the language clear to the horse that all I'm interested in is where them feet are going, I've noticed behaviour problems seem to disappear. Not all the time, but a lot of the time. Behaviour problems with horses is confusion, and once a horse knows exactly what we want it to do, then things get a lot better. So it's worth knowing that. And this isn't easy to get hold of, this stuff. It's not easy to do, and it does take a lot of effort, but it definitely is a wonderful way of working with horses. So yeah, back to the video. Sorry about that. I show the correlation between the groundwork I'm doing for people and how it affects the riding, or how it relates to the riding manoeuvres, and getting to the feet, and getting control of the feet, starting on the ground and ending up in the saddle. Because there's the old saying, I learnt this years ago, that really when we're riding horses, all we're doing is leading them, but a little bit higher altitude. We sat on their back, with a few feet up, and we're still leading them around. It's the same deal. So that's what I'm hoping to show in this video. I'm going to do some groundwork, and each of these manoeuvres I'm going to immediately correlate it to the riding manoeuvre to show the exact same thing going on the ground to the saddle. I don't know, if I pull it off, it should look quite good, and it should sort of bring a light bulb moment. That's what happened with me. Now you'll notice in this video I ride in a Western saddle. To me that's just costume now. It never used to be, with the Stetson on and all of that caper. I'm Western rider. Good horsemanship is good horsemanship. Western riding, English riding, unless you're in the top echelon of competition, it's all the same thing. I start a horse exactly the same English as a Western one. To actually start them, and what does that involve? It means they're going forward, they stand still to get on, they get soft in the bridle, they go left and right nicely, they rein back, you get all the different gaits, and you get them giving to pressure. It's the same deal. It's the same thing, so it's just costume. Now this video isn't a how to do it video, it's just showing how it can help the riding. The groundwork helps the riding, which is not long enough. I haven't got enough time to show a how to. And in the future it might be nice for people to see my how-to videos explained in a way that I would have liked them explained to me years ago, when I used to go to all these clinics and go to America and search out the best horsemen. It was never easy to understand. But the way I tried to explain things is if I was that kid listening years ago and trying to explain it so the average horseman, which is what I am, the average guy who had trouble with horses and now doesn't so much, so I explain it in a way that I think people will benefit from. And that's all it is. Now this little demo is just an off-the-cuff little demo. My horse is Nita. She's a quarter horse. She's 16 years of age. We don't ride her much now. She did have an injury. She's sort of come back from it, but we're very careful what we do with her. So I've dragged her in. I'll give it a quick brush off. She had a lick earlier, and that's all gone hard round her nose.
Oh dear, look, that's the lickies. I couldn't get that off, it was too hard. Anyway, here we go.
It's a very impromptu, you see it as it is, there's going to be no editing, you see it as it is. I'm pretty sure she'll be great. She's never let me down really with anything. She won't be as, you know, as on it as I could have her with if I rode her every day for a couple of weeks. But she'll show you the groundwork, then the riding, and I'm sure you'll appreciate that. She is one hell of a horse. Now, I didn't start this little horse till she was 6. I think she was 6. She came from Texas as a 2-year-old. I started her at 6. There's a long story. One day I'll do a story about her. I started her at 6. She was easy to actually back, but because she put so much effort into everything everyone asks, it took me a couple of years to actually slow her down, to get her thinking with my body to slow things down. And a lot of these most difficult horses to get going, I mean, I had a little Section C cob, I think Section D, Mano, his name was. Little Mister as well was another name we gave him. He was the same, started older, and in all fairness, most of the horses that I can remember have been the best horses. I've started late. None of these 2-year-old starting stuff, I hate that really now. It's the older ones that I've done better with. And even the more difficult ones to start have been the best ones. But anyway, she is. They say you have between 1 and 3 horses in a lifetime that are the super horses in your life, and I know I've certainly had one. She's the second. She's still with me. I hope I have a 3rd and 4th. So back to the video. What I'm hoping to do. Nita's been started, and there was never no time rush with Nita. So I started her in a little halter. I did some work with her in a halter. Then she went to the snaffle. Then she went to a curb, and then she went to a ported bit. But she can be ridden in any. And the only reason I use the top bit, in fact, I'll explain actually. I'll go up and explain and show the different bits that I've used her in. Okay, so to get where I've got with Nita, it wasn't. It's not an easy process when you can ride them in all of the different equipment, and for her to give herself freely, not gap her mouth, and all of that caper. So what I do is, she's been started in a Hakina, you know, just like a little halter with reins on. And whenever I got chance, even though I only started her in that for a few weeks, sometimes I'd just take her out and gallop around or whatever, and just use that, so you haven't got to touch on their mouths. So there's that, or if I let somebody ride her that I'm not sure about their hands, I'll just pop one of them in, and it's quite mild. Then it's plain snaffle, sweet iron snaffle. There's a couple of years in that, getting to the feet, so she knows it's in the bit is the bit of information to the feet. Then we cross over to a little straight snaffle again. You can use any snaffle really. A curb with a little leather curb on it. Get them used to that feel of the chin strap, and they get a bit lighter in there. And we finish, well, I finish. I mean, I'm not a bridlesman as they say, but finish with a port. You know, a very rare rider in this, but that culminates in her lifting her shoulders up, and that's what gives you that extra. No, you don't need it, but you know, I kind of like that feeling of that collection that people go after, and that's what I use for that. That's the stage she's gone through to produce that, and to produce the bridleless with any sort of quality, you have to go through this stage. You can't just, or you're very, very lucky if you can, and that's it. Okay.
There she is waiting, ready for this cotched up little riding demo. Are you ready?
Halfway lateral flexion. Put my hands where my hands will be there. Try and get her to give to it a little bit lovely. Same lightness. Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, lovely. Vertical. So, I mean, I didn't even touch that then, did I? But that's the kind of
lightness. It's beautiful, lovely. Flex left and right, and then vertically. So here's the left, nice and light. Right, nice and light, that's lovely. And then see if I can get a little, oh, lovely. That's the vertical flex. Okay. There, it's a disengagement. There, that's a disengagement. And also a disengagement using the stirrup, and then a bit of a release every time it crosses under. There, lovely. Start off with putting the weight on the front end to get a disengagement, because you can't move a back end till the weight's here, and then change at the end of the manoeuvre so the weight goes on the back end to get a reach on the front end to make it nice and light. So start off with a disengagement, and now I'm going to swap it. Now the weight will go behind and a reach. Disengagement here, so the weight's on the front, the weight's on the front, the weight's on the front. Now the weight's on the back. There, that weight had to be on the, there, the weight's on the back now. The weight's on the back now. The weight's on the front now. The weight's on the back now. Lovely job. Good job. Good job. I'm going to bring the hind end underneath. There, that's a disengagement. Now I'm going to set the weight back and then bring the front end around. Oh, that was lovely. And then I'll back her up a little bit. Now, same the other side. This is a disengagement. So the back end's coming around, so the weight's on the front. Now I'm going to sit back. Now the weight's on the back. And I can bring the front easily around because she's on the back. But to move the back end around, I've got to push her weight forward. There. So it's also important, her left foot's landing, stop the left, send the left back. Bring the left forward, stop it, send it back. So she knows I've got a connection, so I can send her back to wherever, and that foot, lovely, right? So there's that back in, and there's also back in with the equipment. So I'm going to release for each foot as it leaves the ground, and also try and get her to give her pole so it's lighter and easier for her. Now I'm going to back her in a circle. So that's straight. Now I'm going to back her in a circle. That's a lovely circle. And I always end up straight, so that's straight, right, straight. I'm going to back in a circle. Now I'm going to back straight. Now I'm going to back in a circle. Now I'm going to bring the front end over, and I'm going to back straight. Oh, lovely. Release, release. Oh, that's beautiful. Beautiful. Back. There's on the back end, and then back her up. So there's the left, right, left, right, left, right. Slow it down. So she's listening to my, her feet are listening to my body. Now I'm going to side pass her. Use the fence as my friend. Oh, that's nice. That felt nice. To my right. I'll look right. And yeah, back her up a touch because she was moving forward a little bit. Side pass to the left. Oh, that's quite nice. And then back her up a bit. Oh, that's nice. Easy. It's for lowering the horse's head. I won't go into all of them, but I like to do it from the saddle and the ground. So I'll just ask her to lower. It's almost nothing with her. She'll go to whatever position I want. I can pick her up to there, leave her there, drop her down a touch, even more, leave her there, bring her back up to there, leave her there. That's awesome. That's good. I'm gonna lower her head. Look at that. Bit more. Bit more. Thank you. Well, get her up from the ground. And I like to side up to get off if I'm out or whatever. So if I lift the rope, the back end will come in here. And there you go. And that's absolutely perfect for getting on and off. and I always count, once I get on, I count from 10 or 20, count down 10, 9, 8, 7, and to 0, and then move a foot. And they become pretty good about standing still. Next is a reach of a shoulder, a reach of a foot. So for that I've got to put the weight back a little bit and then bring her foot out and make it reach. So I'm going to just get the weight on the back there, and there's a beautiful reach. Weight on the back, and there's a reach. And I'll stop her. Weight on the back, there's a reach. Put the weight on the back, there's a reach. Back her up. Lovely job. Don't try this at home. And she knows, she lifts herself up, and that's where you get all those fancy manoeuvres.
So I hope you enjoyed that. I think she did brilliant, really. You know, a lot of people are asking me, can I recommend any horseman to look at called Buck the movie? It is actually on YouTube. You can look at it on YouTube, the full movie. It's called Buck the movie, and it involves Buck Brannaman, who is the main guy that I trained with. Along with a load of others, but he's the one that sticks in my mind mainly. Watch that film, Buck the movie, and if you like it, then go on YouTube again, and it's called anything on Buck Brannaman you should look at, and there's a series called the 7 DVD clinic series, 7 clinics. That's an awesome DVD that he put out and really breaks things down. And, you know, if you watch that, you probably won't want to watch much of me anymore because he's pretty amazing. Who else? Tom Curtin, he's another one. He's the one that set me off on this journey. When I couldn't trailer my own horse years and years ago, it's probably 25 years ago, I had a horse I couldn't trailer, and I had 2 professional trailers, loaders come, natural horsemen. With this, none of them could do it. And then when I met this guy, and he showed me what I got to do, when I was riding in North Florida, and I just looked over, and there was a clinic going on, and it was Tom Curtin, and I ended up auditing. The next day I went back, watched the clinic. Tanya was having a bit of a moan. She went off, said, "What are you doing?" I said, "No, I'm going to pay, I'm going to watch." And I watched, and he showed me how they had a trailer loading session. It wasn't trailers, it was their American goosenecks. And I watched him do it, and he got me involved a little bit. and I explained to him what was going on at home. When I got back to England, that's all I thought about. And within 40 minutes, that horse that no one else could load, with his methods, was going in and out of the train on its own. And that's what got me on this journey. So yeah, look at some of this stuff. It's nothing to do with cowboymanship, Western English. It's horsemanship. It's just horsemanship. Well worth your looking. I hope you enjoyed this one. Next one's going to be horse that's very sharp. It needs some halter breaking and some working with. I'm going to document a few of the things that I do with that one. But yeah, cheers. Cheers, folks.